Hi everyone, I'm here today to show you my Filofax junk journal configurations that I use on a regular basis. Some people both on Instagram and YouTube have asked me to show you what lies inside my most frequently used planners, and I guess I should start by saying that as many of you may know, we moved to the mountain and live in the woods and don't have a roaring social schedule. I don't have children at home anymore. They're grown and gone, and I don't have a lot of scheduling to do in a planner. Yet the less planned my life gets, the more uses I find to use these planners. So I thought I would show you what I've done with them. These are the Filofax Maldens that I have. This is the personal size, and this is the pocket size, and this is the one I'm going to flip through today. The Maldens are fabulous. They're easy to identify. They have the Filofax button on the snap, and the stitching is just fabulous. They are soft and supple, and they wear well. As the leather gets worn and a little scuffed and bent, it just adds more character to it. So this is my favorite. I love this purple color, and this is what they call the ochre color, the brown, and I love this new pocket size. So I'm going to flip through that today. The inside of a planner is referred to as a dashboard. Let's see if I can get you in a little closer here. Bear with me. And what I've done for my own personal dashboards is when I make a series of journals with a theme, Winnie the Pooh, Galileo, Wizard of Oz, I don't have the time to make myself a journal in each of these, and they get given away or sold on Etsy. So what I've started doing is making myself a really cool page for this Filofax with each theme that I'm doing, and it gives me kind of a little portfolio inside my wallet planner. So this is my current dashboard, is from the recent Egyptian journal theme that I made. The pocket Maldens are fabulous. It's got a zipper pocket here, and I generally don't use a lot of change, so it's not a problem that this is smaller, but this is nice to be able to slip anything small in that you might want to bring, and there's plenty of room to stack your debit card, credit card, driver's license, and such back here, and they stay snug. So I like that. I have my very favorite lace down the edge of this. I can't find this anymore, not quite like this brown lace, so I've enjoyed that. And I just made this with a little pocket and some of my favorite images from the Egyptian theme. This is a index card with graph paper on it, and I've sewed a little muslin and made a pocket here. And I will end up using these. This is a fabulous packet from some chamomile tea that my daughter sent to me, and I thought it was so pretty I put a little bit of fabric on it and just turned it into a pocket. Here is my Tim Holtz dashboard, and I made a pocket here, and I keep some business cards in this. When I do leave the mountain, it's usually because Cog has decided it's time to air me out, as he likes to say, and often we're craft shopping. So the ladies in Joann's and Michael's often ask, what are you making? And I have these business cards then just to pull out and hand them, and it's got my Etsy link on it. This is a really neat idea. I can never find my bonus cards or my rewards cards for various shopping at craft stores. And Michael's doesn't even put a card out. So what I did was I printed on a piece of paper and just sewed it on in here. So I can open that up, and when you're ringing up at Michael's, the cashier will say, "Can I have your phone number?" And I say, "No." And I open it up to here, and their eyes get big because they don't hand out cards, so it's nice that they can just scan it in with your purchases. I keep some lists going in here because when I am out craft shopping or in the car running some other errands with Cog, I think about digis and themes that I want to do or things I want to look up. So I've made lists of ideas of things here, and the list keeps growing, and then I just cross things off as I have put them up on my Etsy shop or compiled them. So that's been a neat thing to keep going. And then I do the same thing with lists of artists. I'll see a picture by them or two pictures of paintings from artists whose works are now in the public domain, and I jot them down and research them, and I backtrack to find old books where the scans are, where the images are in the public domain that I can scan and do my thing for various digis. So there's a lot of research involved with that. And again, I brainstorm when I'm on the road, so I can just pull this out and add to my ever-growing list. These are two of my granddaughters. Delilah is the baby that is in my lap on my Facebook profile. She just started kindergarten this week. Time flies. And Caitlin will be 10 this month. They grow up so quick. My favorite picture, though, it was kind of misty and such, and I just love that. I take my favorite Tim Holtz scraps from paper that I use in my various projects, and I put them in here just blank so that I can add or use them for anything over time. And it's a neat little way to put some tabs in it and have things be ready to use there. And finally, I get to the Filofax stuff that came in the planner. Even though I don't generally plan and schedule out my weeks and months and things like this, there's certain pages, contact pages, to-do lists that I find quite helpful to keep in here. Here's a few pages from various themes of recent journals that I've done. There's my Pooh Bear. And just little pockets. This is also a really neat way when people ask what I make, what I sell in my Etsy, and I tell them junk journals and altered planners, their eyes glaze over because they're not in our community, and these are new terms and relatively new concepts for them to hear. So I can pull this out and show them that it's interactive, that there's pockets and things that flip and such. And here's my page that I did from the Wizard of Oz, little Tin Man charm there, and some buttons. I try not to put too many buttons in because they're bulky and it might be hard to write on the pages above it, but it's me, so I have to have some buttons. So a little bit of Oz washi. Some more blank pages back here with a little bit of lace embellishment. This is a really neat idea. I love this. When I go to fabric stores, especially the boutique, smaller ones that aren't big chains, they have little lace appliques that they sell for, I assume, collars of shirts or dresses, old-fashioned ones. And to me, this looks like the corner of a old handkerchief. They came in white. I actually did tea dye this, and I just folded it to just barely stick out the bottom, and it adds such a nice touch, just another layer to have in there. Most of these little lace flowers. I've got several different styles of them, and I fussy cut different portions of them out for various projects. They all came from lace appliques that I found. They're all stark white when I see them, and we have a local fabric and lace outlet store that keeps them pinned to a bulletin board and with a little code next to it, and you go up and write the code down and tell them how many you want, and they go in the back and pull them out, and they all tea dye so nice. They look antique and like nothing else I've found anywhere. So next time you're in a fabric store, ask them if they have any lace appliques, especially the smaller ones, and you might be pleasantly surprised how inexpensive and how much they vary. It was just a wonderful find. So, and I just have a few more my favorite Tim Holtz papers back here, and I stitched some pretty lace, the poly Venice lace that's available at all the Hobby Lobbies. And my favorite graphic 45 paper, Botanica Bella. The colors just look so nice, and a little more of my favorite lace there. All of the Filofax, at least the pockets, come with this wonderful little pocket, and you can get other accessories, but I would prefer to, sew them and glue them and stuff. My purpose to use this is to have everything I might want when I'm on the go. And fabulous pockets back here. I've got more credit cards, like my AAA auto card and insurance cards and things like that you might need when you're out and about. I all fit in here and stay very nicely down in this pocket. And of course, you've probably heard me go on lately about the zebra pens, which is a very affordable black ballpoint pen, and it's sleek and stainless. It's got the grippy here, which I love, but it's hard. It's not the squishy kind of grippy. And they fit in the rather narrow Filofax pen holders. So, and here I've just taken a little tassel and just looped it right onto the bottom ring, so that can come out quite easily. So this is my Filofax Malden pockets. It went right by the best feature of this. They open, the pocket size open like a billfold. The Crocs, which are a different type of Filofax, all have this, at least the personal size does, but in the Maldens, it's only the pocket size that have the billfold pocket, and it'll keep money. And I keep a list of my inventory of what color planners I have in stock to make altered planners at home, and little chips of samples of paper or certain colors that I might want to specifically match when I'm out craft shopping. So this is my flip through of my favorite Filofax Malden, and I do have my purple. I've had a lot of fun doing this, but I'm not ready to flip through this with you yet. I've run my entire Mrs. Cog business out of this right now, and I'll have to redact a few things and do a little cleanup on it before I can flip through, but I plan to do another one with that in the upcoming future. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'll put links below where I found my Filofaxes, if that helps, and I'd love to hear your comments and your feedback on it. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.